kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? As soon as I'm about to start this and say, I'm so nervous to do this happens. Okay, hold on 1 second. It's hot as balls, all right? And I was just trying to not sweat while I do this. Listen, I'm all over the place. This is Hardly Minding My Business, and I am Dash, aka Dashing D. I haven't been here in a while, since February 11th when I checked. Yeah, that was a long time ago. And I came back and I was like, I'm here, guys. I'm here for real this time. You know, I'm trying to get back on track and do what it does and, you know, all of the things. And I was sadly mistaken, okay? I had every intention of coming back the next week. I had every intention of coming back every week for the remainder of the year. And then it occurred to me that I had some real shit going on in my life that I did not expect. I did not see coming. It had nothing to do with anyone else. Normally I'm like, hey, I'm popping in and out because I got family stuff going on, or I got, you know, work stuff going on, and it's just too much. It had nothing to do with anyone else but me. Me. And I realized that this year I needed to be as selfish as I needed to be. So that is the short answer. I'm trying to reposition. We are in a new space. Today, the middle of July, 2025, I am finally feeling like, all right, let's try this one more time. I have also gone back and forth about whether I should do this anymore, whether it makes sense. Like, at this point, I'm just like, girl, what you doing? Like, you either doing it or you're not doing it. I don't want to keep leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. I don't like that. I don't want to be inconsistent. I want to be a very consistent baddie. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna try this again, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen. If for some reason I can't get it together, then you know what? Maybe this is the last time I try to get it together. So, quick rundown. It's been a long time since February. As I said, January, I went to the doctor. I felt like there were some things that was wrong, but, you know, I went optimistic. I always feel like I go to the doctor and, you know, it's never as bad as I think it's going to be. I just get nervous about going to the doctor. This time I went to the doctor and, yeah, wasn't good. But I'm glad I went because I needed to get some things taken care of. As Lisa Rinna would say, in some ways I was close to death. In other ways, I was just still living my life like there was nothing going on. But apparently there really were things going on with me that were pretty freaking serious. So we had to deal with that. Okay. And that became a series of doctor's appointments every week, sometimes multiple times a week for multiple months. And then it culminated in surgery at the end of May. So a lot of you, maybe not a lot of you, some of you may have seen, you know, I do that other podcast. So some of you may have seen that I was kind of out of pocket for a while. We were making jokes about my BBL, my boob job, whatnot. I did not have a BBL done. I did not have a boob job. None of those things. No plastic surgery. This was major surgery. That really took me down. Oh my gosh. I always used to say when I was younger, if anybody ever came to me and told me that I had to have major surgery, I was just going to be like, no, just this ends here, because I was terrified. And yeah, rightfully so, right? Like, one day I'm going to get into all the particulars of the things. I'm not going to get into that today. I'm still not comfortable talking about it, exactly what happened, and exactly why I had surgery, and what surgery I had done. Those who know, and those who don't are not meant to know. I think at some point I'll share my story just because I feel like it's relevant to some people, and I think maybe it would help to find out other people's experiences. I feel like for me, going through what I went through and just doing research, real research, like from medical journals and whatnot, but also, and talking with my doctors, but also like looking at the stories of other people who have gone through what I've gone through, similar surgeries, similar medical conditions, or same medical conditions, same surgeries. I found a lot of peace knowing that there were other people who went through some of the same things I have. So I do think I want to share that someday, but not yet. So this is probably going to be, just to kind of get back on track, this is probably going to be a video only podcast from now on. Maybe at some point I'll upload the audio episodes, but y'all weren't listening. Y'all were watching. So I just feel like, here we are. We're back. We're back and we're doing video, and that's fine. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I know it's been a while. And if you've never been here, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I hope you do come back. I promise I will come back. I know I've said that before, and you have no reason to believe me, but I promise you that as I sit here today, I am one day shy of my 8-week post-op recovery. So I am finally cleared to do anything I want, okay? I can exercise, I can have playtime, I can do whatever I want. I'm going back to work next week. So things are getting back on track. I've been out of work for 2 months, which is scary. Not being out of work, but just like thinking about going back, and my stress levels have been way, way down. Like outside of dealing with illness and outside of dealing with like the pains of surgery and all of the things that come with being a post-op patient, outside of that, like my stress levels have been pretty low. I've truly gotten rest. I've truly rested the last 8 weeks. I've really just tried to relax my body, relax my mind, allow myself to reset. And listen, having life-changing surgery will absolutely make you consider what's important. So I've been doing that. And I've also realized that it is okay to prioritize yourself. Prior to this year, I was worried about everything and everyone else. I spent a lot of time making sure other people were okay, making sure other people felt good, making sure other people felt loved and appreciated, and seen. And it's my turn now. I'm not asking anyone to do that for me. I'm simply doing it for myself. So, I'm not the same person I was back in February when I came back the last time. I'm not the same person I was in previous years of this podcast. But it is the same show. What I will say about the show is that this is a variety show. It's always been a variety show. At least this iteration of the podcast has been a variety show. I'm going to talk about everything I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about pop culture. I'm going to talk about celebrity news. I'm going to talk about entertainment. I'm going to talk about music. I'm going to talk about movies, TV. I'm going to talk about dating, love, sex, relationships, whatever. I may sometimes talk about a book I'm reading and tell you the storyline there. I may sometimes tell you something I watched on TV or something I read about that I thought was interesting. So this is an everything show. This is, my thoughts out loud, and also hopefully it's a way for me to connect with, the community out there. So that's what Hardly Minding My Business is. And we gonna get to the shits. Like, it's still gonna, we still gonna do things the way we know it. I just wanted to reiterate what type of show this is and what you'll get. And, if you're happy to join, please join. But, yeah, I don't think 1 week to the next will be exactly the same. It doesn't need to be, but we're cooking. Okay. Anyway, let's get started. I'm ready. Petty or not, today is going to be about Usher. I know. It's weird to hear me talk about Usher in any way but in kind. But today we are going to do it because I don't know what, I forget sometimes, no, we all forget sometimes that celebrities are celebrities, and the ones who have been celebrities since they have been young are very out of touch with the world. Usher did an interview with Elle, and in this interview, Usher declared that, well, they asked him, what lets him know that, things are moving into wife territory, which I was a little confused because I'm like, well, Usher's been married once, no? To me, it's just a strange question to ask. He's currently married. Like, a better question probably would have been like, what about your relationship made you know that you were ready to get married? I think that is what they really wanted to say, but they didn't. They asked him about getting into wife territory, and I was like, does that happen every day? Like, is that a regular occurrence, wife territory? I didn't understand the question, and I thought it was really weird considering he is in fact married. So just ask him what you want to ask him. Like, how did you get to the point where you knew that your wife was who you wanted to be with? Like, what happened in your relationship that made you feel like, wow, I could really marry this woman? Anyway, or how do you express that if that's what they were looking for? Anyway, the point here is that Usher says that putting the toilet seat down is a sign you really like someone. He also goes on to describe it as a grand sign of love and acceptance. Usher, nigga, what are you doing outside of that though? So you're just leaving the toilet seat up because you don't. First of all, like let's not normalize not inviting people to your home that you don't like. Just that's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought that should be considered. Okay. Other than that, though, Usher, what? It's an act of love and acceptance, or is it an act of respect? Is it an act of courtesy? Maybe. Is it an act of, hey, I don't want you to fall into the toilet seat and have a bad day, bad night, not want to be with me tonight because of what you just experienced? I don't know. This was weird to me. It was just like, this is like a common decency thing, putting the toilet seat down. That is your act of love. You had an opportunity to drop a gem or just say something profound or worthy, say something that was meaningful. And again, he even could have redirected it to his relationship. Hey, like, this is how I knew I was in love with her. This is how I knew I wanted to marry her. This is how I knew this was someone I wanted to be with or live with. I get it. As a live alone girly, I understand, right? I get that there are certain things that you do, or certain things, like, I want to leave the bathroom door open all the time. Like, I don't. When you live with someone, you change that, right? You make adjustments or whatever have you, whatever the the situation is. What else? There's so many other things that you do when you're living alone. There's so many things that you don't have to consider. There's so many things that you can do, and no one's gonna see you. If you do it, you can do whatever you want. If Usher is living alone, Usher can leave the toilet seat up all the time. But if Usher does want a woman to come into his home and be in his home and feel comfortable in his home, he probably doesn't want to leave the toilet seat up all the time. That's just like a common sense thing, and it's a common decency thing, and that's why it's my petty or not. Because it's like, what's the alternative? You're not gonna find too many women who, after a few times, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm just rolling with it. No, because it means that you didn't think of me. It means that you didn't consider me, and fine. If in order for you to consider someone or think of them, you have to like them, which is the word he used, then they probably shouldn't be in your home. Or anywhere else with you for that matter, where they're having to put down the toilet seat that you just peed all over. Somebody who says something like that, a man who says something like that, makes me wonder, like, how do you keep the bathroom? I'm very particular about my bathroom. I like my bathroom to be a certain level of clean at all times. Just the idea of it stresses me out. Like, I don't know. If she likes it, I love it. Listen, Usher found love, and good for him. We all, well, not all of us, but some of us do hope to find love as well. And whatever works for him and that lady, it's cool. It sounds like it's working, and it sounds like he's putting the toilet seat down. So I guess we're good here. But I was just like, Usher, that sounds like a real bare minimum thing, and I guess I'm really tired of people making bare minimum shit sound like it's sliced bread. It's the bare minimum. It's the least you could do. That's not an act of love. Some of y'all need to learn manners. Some of y'all need to learn manners. Ladies, too. This is not singular to men. Like, the toilet seat thing is singular to men, but there's some shit that women do in the bathroom. Some women that, if you've ever used a women's public bathroom, you know. That also had me like, what are you doing at home? Are you nasty in your own home? I don't understand the nastiness in your own home, because it's your home. Like, why do you want it to be gross? Or spaces you go into, like, for extended periods of time, like your job. I don't understand why people go to work and, like, make things dirty. Don't clean up after themselves. I don't understand, because you have to be there. In fact, you're there more than you're at home. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's my petty or nah for this week. Usher, I guess. Oof, I know this is making so much noise, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna figure out a better solution. But guys, it is 90 degrees today, and I'm still doing this. But I need my fan. I need my fan, because if not, I would be dripping, and not the good kind. Anyway, so that was Usher. So while I was gone, which was a long time, while I was gone, there were a lot of rumors about former president and first lady. Speaking of, relationships and marriages, there's been a lot of speculation about their marriage. Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. There's been a lot of speculation about whether they're together or not. A lot of divorce rumors. They have finally truly debunked this. 44 pulled up to his wife's podcast, the one that she does with her brother, and they joked about it. They made plenty of jokes, and she made it very clear. At no point we have had trials and tribulations. We have had wonderful times and adventures, and at no point did I ever think about leaving my man. I love the way she said my man. I was like, that's right, girl, your man. So y'all gotta stop saying these people are breaking up. If they're going to break up, we're going to know. It's going to happen. At this juncture, they're not, and that's fine. That's wonderful. That's great. Listen, I love a long-lasting marriage. I love to see a long-lasting marriage. I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, because so many people don't have them. Truly rare. Truly rare. And if you could find you one, if you could find you someone who you really truly want to do life with, and have the stomach for doing life with. And when I say have the stomach, I mean like actually in practice are doing it and enjoying it, having your ups, having your downs, and still being in it. Congratulations to you. I love that. I think that's beautiful. And it seems like that's what they're trying to do. So can we allow them to do that? Listen, husband and wife sometimes, I've said this to many people, husband and wife sometimes do go places without each other. Contrary to what some of y'all think, they do go places without each other sometimes. They do. Listen, we can be individuals in this relationship. We can be individuals and we can have our own lives, but then we come together. And honestly, if we want to go to everything together, we're going to go to everything together. If we don't, we won't. And that's it. Every relationship is different. Everybody's different. But, they appear to still be happy and in love and enjoying their lives. And I love the jokes. I love seeing Barack Obama in his shirt buttoned down a little bit, opened up a little bit, and not tucked in, his shoulders rolled up. Michelle be doing whatever she wants with her hair and wearing her cute little outfits. They be on the beach having a good. First of all, can I say that our former president, to me, he always looks like he just came from, like, I don't know, the bar or the beach. Always. I mean, expensive, pricey, quiet luxury. Okay, but he always looks like he just came from the bar or the beach. He always looks like he's in wind down mode, and I love it, and I'm sure he loves it. So that's wonderful. What else we got to talk about? So apparently, New York City girls are stealing finance bros. I don't remember where I got this story from, but they refer to it as finance bros. I'll try to find it and put it on the screen or something, or link it in the show notes. But apparently New York City girls are stealing finance bros lunches to return them for dates. Apparently this is a thing. Apparently in the beginning it was like happening lightweight, or like one person did it and it worked, and then a bunch of women were like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I'm totally gonna go and steal this man's lunch, and then I'm gonna try to get it back to him so we could try to date. It's giving desperate. It's giving desperate. And as someone who, I'm all about meet cutes. I think they're wonderful. I love the idea of just meeting people while you're out in the wild. Forget the dating apps. Forget, just all of those awkward encounters that you have to have on the internet. Forget sliding into someone's DMs. I love, 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 love the idea of meeting someone in person. Running into someone in the produce aisle that you think is cute, and then you start talking veggies. Being out and about. Maybe you're at a bookstore, you're picking up a new book, and you run into somebody and they're into the same book you're in. Like, whatever. Who it could be so many different things. Meeting someone at work. Tread carefully with that one. I'm not really a meet someone at work girl. There's no one at work for me to meet. But if there were, meeting someone at work is very questionable. There are so many directions that it could go in. And in this day and age, you got to be really sure that that's a road you want to go down. Okay? Really sure. Always get consent. Always, 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 always get consent, especially in that situation, because you don't want to lose your job too. So, I think this is kind of tacky, actually. I think when one person does it, you're like, that's a little weird, but you did that. Oh, okay. All right. It worked. Nice. Making it a whole thing where now all y'all are doing this. Like, if I was these men, I would be irritated. I'd be like, please don't steal my lunch. Like, don't inconvenience me today. Because it loses its, I don't know. It's not genuine. Especially after it's been done and done and done over and over again. And now it's like, Now it's not, oh, one girl saw a cute guy and she was trying to figure out how to get with him. Now it's just a bunch of y'all just kind of like baiting these men, and it's weird, and there are better ways. Also, while we're on the subject, and I've talked about this before, those of y'all who keep seeing people out in the wild and you want to talk to them but you don't talk to them, and then you take video of them, which is really freaking creepy, and going on the internet and asking people to find them, stop doing that. That's weird. It's weird. It's really strange, actually. Like, don't do that. I get there are instances, especially in a place like New York City, where you might encounter people that you didn't expect to encounter, but doing that, that's weird. Don't do that. No. I've never been like into games. I always felt like games were lame when you could just cut out that piece and, you know. Anyway, the point here is that it's weird, guys. And listen, if anybody's done this and you have a different opinion on this, please let me know, because I would love to hear about it. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna try to keep it short. The last thing that I want to talk about is Love Island. Again, this is a relationship themed pod. I didn't mean to make it this way, but I did just finish watching Love Island. This was the first time I watched it. I've tried to watch it before and I haven't gotten past first episodes. People have told me that I need to watch the UK. People have also told me that season 7 was not the best US season. A lot of things were different. A lot of things were changed. I just want to say, reality TV strikes again. So Love Island is good. It's very entertaining to watch, but it's also weird. It's a very weird show. And I just don't know. But as far as what I'm watching, that's what I just finished watching. So I figured I'd let y'all know. The last thing I would like to share is the tweet of the week. This really was a themed episode. I did not mean to make it this way. I promise you, this is just, my notes are what my notes are. Tweet of the week is from the soulful.quotes on Instagram, and it says, I love a touchy-feely man. Like, yes, please keep your hands on me. I love this because, I don't know, I'm a lot of things, but I'm also a lover girl. I realized that when I was younger, growing up in my house, we didn't do a whole lot of hugging and a whole lot of kissing and a whole lot of I love yous. I think it was just known that, we loved each other and it wouldn't be said most of the time. My parents even say it now, like at the end of a conversation if we talk on the phone. And it's a little bit clumsy and a little awkward. What I appreciate, though, is that it is present, and I don't know. I think that's why I love to be loved on when I'm with someone, when I'm dating someone. I love to be loved on. I love the hugs and the kisses and the sweet nothings and all of that. That's just so sweet to me. And, it don't need to be clingy. It don't need to be clingy, because clinging could get a little, But yeah, so I thought this was a cute tweet, and I guess it goes with the theme of the episode because we talked a lot about relationship stuff. So that's that. I'm Dash, and I will see you next week. Bye.